Hey everyone! Today, we're back in the new updated star pack, and one of the popular pets in tier 6 that a lot of people are using and coming up with interesting things is the Ammonite. And what the Ammonite does is when it faints, it transforms the frontmost friend into a mimic octopus. And the mimic octopus, after attack, it deals 4 damage to the least healthy enemy. So the mimic octopus, similar to the regular octopus, is a super powerful pet, and it can be used in conjunction with other pets in the pack to create a super meta team. For example, the Chihuahua start a battle, push the most healthy enemy to the front. You can pair that with an Ibex. When an enemy is pushed, it will reduce the health by 70%. So you're guaranteeing to reduce the most healthy enemy by 70%. And then the mimic octopi will chip away at the smaller units. So there's a lot of those combinations I was going for. One including the firefly with the toad and the mimic octopus that you'll see in a bonus clip later. There's so many fun things you can do with this mimic octopus. But what we want to do now in the main run is we want to do some mantis gaming. We want to feint an ammonite, and we want to turn our big mantis into a big mimic octopus. So that's the name of the game. You know how it goes. We're going to roll through the beginning because, yeah, we're just trying to set up for some mantis gaming. So level 2 jelly is really good considering we're going for a frog swap. And the mantis comes in, have these 2 pills, and I figure, nah, we got a mantis, we don't need the pills, which is fine. Don't really lose much value in that. So the whole goal is to level up the frog. Level up the frog, do a frog swap, maybe onto the toad or something else we want. And yeah, at this point, I knew I had a really good setup, so I was trying to be really careful. And we level up into, or we roll into double toads. We get the toad level up. We'd still do the frog swap onto the toad, but if we find another unit we like, that'd be much better and more value. So first life lost on turn 6. That's fine. Only 3 wins, so it's not going to be a super early 10 trophies if we do get there. Pass the level ups because we need to frog swap. So I was conscious of the new frog where when you level it up, it'll swap to a tier 4. So I knew I basically needed either a tier 4 to swap to, or if not, we're just going to swap to our toad. But obviously you need a level 2 frog to do that, even with the toad. So we find some mantis, and I figure, okay, we just need something to feint. Bring in a summon unit so we just spend less money next round. It's the one problem with mantis, is you have to basically spend 3 gold filling that slot every round, right? And if you're efficient with it, you can make it work. But sometimes you can get in trouble and fall behind on level ups and whatnot because you're so focused on the mantis gaming. So, gotta be careful with that. I'm not the most concerned with the mantis, to be honest. But everything kind of works out to where I'm like, alright, let's just get him strong. As long as he's strong with his pepper, trades with a couple big units up front, then our big jelly hopefully can carry us with our toad. And it's all about just preserving the lives to set up for the Ammonite, to set up for the mimic octopi. The way this run works out, it is so meta. We actually run into a bunch of people too. I'm not sure if it was Rev. I don't think it was Rev we ran into, right? Because that'd be a completely different region. But maybe somebody who's a super fan of Rev, that might have been who it was. I think we run into Flame as well, which I don't know how the servers and the regions work and everything, but I just figured it was like most other games where your region, you won't get matched up against people from other regions. But maybe they're just people with similar names that are fans. So, freeze the swordfish, and I figured, man, swordfish would be a great combo with the mimic octopus. I was not thinking straight here because we're feinting the Ammonite. We're getting a permanent mimic octopus. The swordfish is great, and other start of battle units are great with the Ammonite when you're not fainting the Ammonite. You have the Ammonite at the front of your team, a bunch of start of battle pets at the back of the team, and then the start of battles go off, the Ammonite faints during battle, turns everything into a mimic octopus. Now those pets have 2 in-battle abilities. So you can see we bought the swordfish, realized our mistake, and that it was a tier 5 and we couldn't frog swap, even though I was so conscious about the frog swap all game. Sold the swordfish immediately, brought in the fossa, which is incredible for now. And yeah, you see the power. So not thinking really about the whole we're actually turning pets into a mimic octopus, I made a lot of mistakes this run, and it still worked out great. So we get level 2. Like, I should have just kept this jellyfish and turned the high stat jellyfish into the mimic octopus. That's what I should have done. But we roll into the Ammonite as soon as we buy alpaca, so it's literally perfect. Buy Ammonite, get the XP on him, sell alpaca, 6 gold, it's perfect. Toss a hot dog, bring in blobfish. So I think you see what we're setting up for. It's glorious. Our team is big. Oh man, they got the octopi. Weakness is nice, but yeah, we go down to 2 hearts, so a little nerve-wracking considering we have the full setup. And yeah, there's so many things in the shop here. It took me a while to figure out what to do, but I knew the ultimate combo I want. There's a reason I put pepper on this guy so early, and I've been leaving out one crucial detail of this build. I'm sure it was in the thumbnail or the title or something like that, but I think this build can get hard countered, but I think this is one of the strongest builds in the game as long as things don't get sniped and the build is able to take off. Obviously, you can get more scaling with it. Obviously, you can get more levels with it, and you can be more efficient with things like not transferring a fossa into a mimic octopus outside of battle. In battle, it works great like this, right? We just destroyed that team. But regardless of all the mistakes, all the inefficiencies, we're not really here to nitpick that much, even though we have been. We're here to get the ultimate setup. So if you see what's happening, the real velociraptor, when a friend loses a perk, it's going to return its perk, and it works 1 time. When it gets to level 2, it has 2 triggers, but it only works 1 time per friend. So what we're going to do is we're going to set up for the level 2 real velociraptor, and we get double pepper. So instead of explaining, I'm just going to let this pop off. Down to 1 health, we both lose the pepper, right? It should be an equal trade of mimic octopi right now. All right, moving on to the next example because I didn't expect to get sniped. We lost pepper. We don't have real velociraptor anymore. I am really struggling on this commentary right now. Next fight, I promise. Or one of the next fights. We'll get it. I thought that was the one. That was just the setup. All right, level 2 real velociraptor. Figure popcorn's probably the best thing we can have in the back line because we have the toad. The toad's here to stay. We have no more scaling on the team. We're riding it out. But we have a huge mimic octopi. So we get sniped, but we get pepper back. We go down to 1 health. It's perfect. So we basically guarantee an extra trigger with the real velociraptor. And you can see the combination of the weakness, the peppers, our backline, we have the summons to chip through whatever happens to be left. Everything should be weakened as long as they don't have summons. And even if we don't get the full pepper value, we just get incredible, incredible value on our team. I mean, look, we get full triggers. We're set up with triple popcorn. And in reality, this fight was not even close. So this is Rev, right? What's up, Rev? How's it going, man? I think that's the first time I've seen him. So, yeah. All the real velociraptors show up. We're at 9 wins though, 2 hearts, so I was looking for Orca level 2 there. I think that would have been the best. It's kind of a wasted turn there, but let's see what we get. The flame fight must have been earlier, I missed it. So it's another Ammonite team, and it's a mimic octopus. Level 3 and level 2. But they have low stats. Oh, 3 of them. Yikes. Snipes are our danger. We survive. Come on. We survive the snipes. That's huge. And yeah, doesn't matter if we don't survive now. They're gone. Can we get one more pepper, please? Give me pepper. I'm hungry. Thank you. Appreciate it. So yeah, this is the Ultimate Mimic Octopus team. I know a lot of people are going for this. I think that matchup with Flame was something very similar. Or you know what? I think Flame might have been in the bonus clips. One of these bonus clips upcoming that, yeah, he has a very similar team going. And the bonus clip is when I was going for a non-fainted Ammonite. So yeah, let's jump into the bonus, show different ways to use the Ammonite with different synergies, including the Toad, including the real velociraptor, not including them. Like I said, the Firefly, super fun options. Let's hop into it. All right, first bonus clip. I'm sure you're wondering in that first run, wait, he put in the thumbnail, he got the achievement for the Mimic Octopus. What's going on here? This is the achievement run. It came immediately after that Mantis run. I was super satisfied after. The rest of the bonus clips came before these 2 runs, so yeah, we're going to pick it up on turn 10, 6 trophies, 4 hearts. We have a Firefly Toad setup that's really good, as well as the Fossa. So just like I was saying with the jellyfish, when I had the Mantis faint the Ammonite, I should have just kept that jellyfish instead of turning it into a Fossa. I mean, the Fossa helped us like intermediately in between getting the Mimic Octopus, but yeah, this round we're just keeping the jelly. It's actually level 3, and we have the Ammonite already. We got the early level up, and I had a pill bug frozen for a while. I was just setting up for it, you know? I was gonna go all in. We have the complete team set up, it's great. And I was a little greedy. I think I get some rolls in here because I was kind of hoping for a level up, but we're 2 chocolates away from a level up on anything, so figured Ibex we want as well. That's a great pet. I'm kind of hammering Ibex to the ground, removes 70% health, but when the Mimic Octopus team that we're going to get going here, it completely makes sense to go Ibex, and you'll see why. And I almost messed up the pill. If you rewind a little bit and look, I was about to pill the Ammonite, sorry, I was about to pill the Ammonite onto the jelly with the jelly in the middle, and it would have turned my Firefly into the Mimic Octopus, so I caught that at the last second. I was like, oh my gosh, I almost threw the run. And yeah, if you saw my day 1 video, the ostrich is one of the best scalers in the pack. I figure at this point, we kind of have the setup. You see that was an easy win, obviously, as we transition to it. And yeah, it's time to do some ostrich gaming. So I'm just going to explain the synergy real quick because this is it. Mimic Octopus, after attack, deal 4 damage to the least 3 healthy enemies. So the Firefly in front was great for the Toad triggers because it gets the weakness on them before the Mimic Octopus can attack. So the Mimic Octopus is attacking stuff that's already weakened. In this case, we're going to be putting weakness most likely on the least healthy enemies from the Octopus attacks going out. But we can weaken 4 pets. And we reduce health from the first enemy. So considering we have the pepper, we should trade with the first enemy, and then we should weaken everything else. And the Ibex is obviously going to reduce health on something as well, so everything is going to be super weak. On our second Mimic Octopus trigger, we should be killing a lot of units. So the setup is literally perfect. It's time to go. Popcorn is great. I don't know if I think I mentioned it, but because I had the pepper already on the octopus, that's kind of why I pivoted off Firefly. I would have kept Firefly and put Popcorn on Mimic Octopus and everything else if I was running the Firefly Mimic Octopus Toad combo. And yeah, it's not immune to everything. It's not impenetrable. So we need to keep building it. We need to get our scaling going, and there it is. Unfortunately, I think I rolled into an ostrich on the 4th tier 4 that I'm rolling. And I keep getting a little frustrated, but I'm like, nah, I gotta keep taking the scaling. So like we freeze 3 tier 6s, get the fourth one, it's an ostrich. The shop rolls like, oh, I can't take the ostrich. So you see everything gets weak. All they're left with is a weakened Ammonite with nothing to turn into a mimic octopus. So this team is just rolling. 8 wins, 3 hearts, level 2 ostrich, tons of stuff in the shop. Let's get the rolls going. I freeze the foods, but then I figure, you know what? We have stuff to level up. I'd rather get chocolates and get the team set. So here you go. They have the sparrow, so their strawberry acted as like a melon there, which is great for them. It's a great setup. I ran that a lot day 1. And unfortunately, this is where the problem with hitting the weak units comes into play, because it would have been nice to weaken the capybara before that attack. And let's see if the popcorn gets value. Oh, barely. We barely missed with the popcorn. So down to 2 lives, that's fine. Two hearts left. We need 2 wins. There's the ibex level. I almost rolled to get the stats before stacking the ibex because I knew leveling would give me 2 tier 6s. But if I rolled, I would have lost that ibex. So have no choice, have to stack it. Full shop tier 6s, and they're gone. It's like that South Park episode. And it's gone. They give the money to the lawyer, and it's gone. In order for more services, you're going to have to pay. One trigger, reduce health, weaken. Do we kill this on the second? Of course we do, because it's the weakest, and the Mimic Octopus targets it. So now their strawberry here, they don't get the protection. So it's kind of a good, like, backline killer, right? Think of, like, summon teams with, like, turkeys and whatnot, where if you have a snipe team, you're like, oh, please hit the turkey. Please hit the Spino in the back, the level 3 Spino. But we go down to 1, even though we got some good snipes. It's not impenetrable. So I think the scaling's the only thing that can really help us. Maybe another piece of equipment. Otherwise, the equipment that's on these pets is really good. So I figured let's prepare for if we roll down to 3 gold and don't get our tier 6s. And it looks like we do. So gotta take something. Just take a hot dog. Pray to the sap gods. Is the RN Jesus with us? And we get a reindeer, a level 3 reindeer team with strawberry. So they're scaling it with shoebill, and they have swordfish pepper. So they almost take out our mimic octopus, but they don't. We got really lucky with that. So we take out 3 units with our mimic octopus. I mean, it's just incredible. We don't even need the rest of the synergy. It's just the start of battle, 1 attack with the mimic octopus, 3 units die, easy cleanup with the rest of the team. So that was a great example of the team being very strong. We don't need the full synergy every trigger, but it's there if we need it. And we get some triggers. Last piece of equipment would be good, but more importantly, rolling into tier 6s. If we can squeeze out a little bit more scaling, please, thank you. 3 gold left. Pepper popcorn, wasn't sure which one. Popcorn in the back, makes sense. Let's get it rolling. I could have switched frog up front too, because we're getting all of our frog triggers at the beginning of battle. I didn't really think about that. But yeah, we face 3 level 3 mimic octopi, and we kill one of them. So they only get a couple triggers, and we save our pepper. So that'll absorb one of the hits, and 2 guys live. We trade with the frog. Arguably, you would think on paper that team we just faced was stronger than this one. But when you let the battle play out, you kind of realize, yep, they got him. They got him. These pets, these health reduction pets are absolutely ridiculous. I think taking all these pets to customs is going to get a little messy. But yeah, a couple more fun bonus clips using the firefly and whatnot, like I said in the beginning, so let's hop right into those. Alright, super fun bonus clip here. If you look at the top, turn 7, 4 hearts, 2 wins, and then we stay at 4 hearts and we just go 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We start winning like crazy because we frog swapped onto a tuna. I wanted to go big tuna for this game. And we have the typical hurt pets going. I've ran these hurt pets kind of to the ground already in the first couple of days. But look at the team. Look at the bottom. Look at what we pivot to. We pivot to level 2 Ammonite. And as soon as we pivot and go 4 squad, even though we did not have an efficient lineup, right? We're only getting 1 octopi. Our team's so strong, we keep winning. So I'm going to go to this battle here. We are not necessarily throwing, but we are just winning so fast. But we have the Ammonite set up. It's funny how the back one gets fainted, turns our front one into the octopus. And yeah, we get the win. We go to 9 wins. And I figured, yeah, this team, look at our shop. Our shop's so set up, right? The pepper, the velociraptor, we want to do the same exact thing as the main run, only we're not fainting the Ammonite out of battle. We're going to let it faint in battle. So I decide, you know what? I'm going to throw this game. We want to get the team set up. And look who it is. It's Flame. And he's got 2 permanent mimic octopi, just like we do in the main run, and the real velociraptor setup. So yeah, I was going for pretty much the same setup as you saw in the main run, and he pretty much has it here as well. So super entertaining. Of course, with our bad order, he crushes. I think he would have crushed us regardless. It's actually really close. Wow. But I think those octopi regardless would have crushed the team. His team wasn't completely set up either, but I look forward to seeing the crazy things he does with that because, yeah, Flame's one of the legends. He does some of the craziest things this game has ever seen, and I always look forward to his videos. So yeah, last turn, we get all 3 of them, and we get the weakness. One of them gets overridden. If we had the team further set up with the real velociraptor level 2, we would have replaced weakness, so it would have been great. But I think you can tell that the octopi are just so strong. It's like we get almost hard countered and we almost get through it, right? So I was actually really happy with that loss. We get to kind of set up the team more. I figured level 2 tuna would actually help. So yeah, the funny thing about this team too, sorry, I forgot to mention this. I totally forgot. The main reason this is a bonus clip is because we got a level 3 Ammonite and we just said, you know what? Screw the whole team. I don't care what these in battle abilities are doing. This Triceratops is incredible for being in the front with the pepper, right? It sends stats to the team. I said, screw all that. I don't care what the units do. We want to have fun with the Ammonite. Let's just make everything an octopus. Get the synergy going. So it doesn't matter what team you have. If you can pivot to an Ammonite real velociraptor setup, you see the glory here. You can win the game. You don't even have to have the stats. You just have to have peppers, real velociraptor, Ammonite. It's incredible. It's just so funny how this whole game worked out. So a couple more bonus clips, then we'll wrap it up. Super fun bonus clip here. We have a level 2 mimic octopus. We had a mantis we just brought in recently just to start fainting the ammonites to get the octopi going. And yeah, you see there's a huge clownfish here. Gets turned into a mimic octopus. And it's turn 16, 9 wins, 1 heart. And I wasn't quite satisfied with this setup. As you can see, I have the shoe bill in the front, so I wanted to make the shoe bill a mimic. And luckily we get the pill. It's perfect timing. We can make the shoe bill the mimic octopus level 3, and then we could sell down the mantis and get a pepper. So now we have a 3 squad, 9 wins, turn 16, 1 heart. Can we get it done? It's a woodpecker hurt team. They put out a lot of stats. We look decent. The firefly kills us after the pepper, no. And their cheese one-shots us. Oh man, the tuna, it's just too many stats. So yeah, bummer, but when you got the opportunity, you gotta go for it, right? So let's see what else we got. All right, bonus clip here of an incredibly devastating loss. I almost thought about just making a main run of this team anyway, but please sit back and enjoy this in all of its glory. We have a level 2 Ammonite that's getting buffed to level 3 by the pug. It's the typical XP build, right? I did this for the stats. I didn't know what I was going for necessarily, but I kind of walked into the Ammonite in the end. And we have this real velociraptor setup with these peppers. So I'm not going to explain. I'm just going to let you see what happens. Level 3 Ammonite. Three mimic octopi. Pepper, gone, 1 health. Oh hey, another pepper. Oh my gosh. Oh hey, another pepper. Didn't get value off the first one. Best be sure we got value off the second one. We had a level 3 octopus sitting in the back. I didn't even realize. I probably should have switched this. I didn't even realize with the positions and the levels. I was just so happy I had this going. I was like, as long as we don't get sniped, we should be fine. And even when I got this set up, I think the first round I got this really set up, we had a draw and it was super sketchy. So same thing, level 3 Ammonite, 3 mimic octopi. And they have good stats, but we get the peppers. And it's just so beautiful. Don't get value off the first. Well, we get value off the second. Maybe my downfall was not having the level 3 in front. I don't know if I switched the order. And level 3 velociraptor. So we get all the stats and whatnot. I mean, what an incredible stat boost. 9 wins, 1 life. What a strong team. Absolute meta. Ammonite meta. I think this is one of the strongest Ammonite teams you can have. Rev GT, don't do it to me. Rev. We've been donkeyed. Oh no. Oh no. There goes 1 octopi. Oh, there goes 2 octopi. We still have good stats though. Can we bust through this? Oh, so many mammoths. And the level 3 Spino. Give me the octopi. Pepper. Pepper. Not enough. Absolutely devastating. The donkey. The donkey. Speechless. That's all I gotta say. Hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, subscribe. Let's see if we have more bonus. If you can see the team, it's the frog firefly setup. Then we get the hawk in, then we get the orangutan in. But then eventually, pretty quickly, we pivot off the orangutan and we get this pet in, which reduces the health. And then turn 9, we get the early level up into Ammonite. So immediately we get the whole team set up, and we don't have any scaling on this team, but we just decide to ride it out. 3 hearts, 4 lives, and we get all the way to turn 15, 1 heart, 7 wins. These matchups were absolutely insane, some of the trades. I would love to show all of them on a main video, but we spam this team to the ground, so we just get to show some short ones. And I really felt invincible with this team. Like you saw there, no matter what we came across, it seemed like we countered it. And it was perfect. Super strong hurt team, woodpecker hurt team, insane. We get our Ammonite going, and it's just not even a problem, right? I mean, pepper, but it's just ridiculous. It's just absolutely ridiculous. So we get to 9 wins, level 3 hawk, and yeah, we had the hawk trigger at the beginning to also give a so the hawk's triggering. If they live, it gives them weakness, so then the firefly will like hopefully kill them. Or I guess not the firefly, it's in 4th position. So then the front 4 get weakness. So that's all of our frog triggers. So we know the octopus is fine. But yeah, we just run into a bigger octopus team, and it's ridiculous. But the thing I love about it is having 2 start of battle abilities that turn into the mimic octopi. So basically you're getting double value from the pets. This team was a ton of fun. We just ran into basically the same team just with scaling. So going like whatever 8 to 10 turns with no scaling was a ton of fun. I don't usually do that, especially in this new pack. So let's see what else we got. Final bonus clip for this video. I wanted to show what not to do or what to avoid when pivoting. So we actually have a better starfish pivot setup right here with level 3 marmoset, level 3 frog. The frog has over 10 attacks, so the starfish is going to get triple trigger. And yeah, we have the mantis there. Luckily we roll into the chocolate, so it's kind of perfect. I wanted to stat swap with the starfish first. It kind of seems counterintuitive because we're getting rid of our frog with the triple stats first, but you'll see the reason for it. Level the starfish, so we replenish some stats on the jellyfish. Bring in the mantis, and we get the ammonite, so it's kind of perfect. I figure we can keep these pets, and here's my plan. My plan is to feint ammonite, turn jellyfish, starfish, and clownfish. Eventually, there's an anteater I just passed. So this shows how lost I was in doing this. I want to feint the ammonite and turn everything but the mantis into a mimic octopus. And the mantis is going to be the last mimic octopus that we make. And I wanted to basically freeze ammonites and anteaters so I can feint anteaters, sell the level 3 ant, and get a 2/2 buff. So that was kind of the scaling. This run is perfectly set up. Turn 9, 2 hearts, 3 trophies. We have a long ways to go. A ton of scaling set up. We have level 2 mantis next turn. This mantis is going to scale to the moon. When we eventually turn him into a mimic octopus, he'll probably be 50-50. And if you see my mistake, it's a colossal mistake, and it's gonna happen. So yeah, our team is super strong after the pivot. So confident, you know, we're gonna just rack up the wins. And then we have blobfish, mantis frozen. We turn our mantis into a mimic octopus. It's the front friend. I'm so used to, hey, look at the little chocolate. I'm so used to the feints going backwards, I just didn't think about it. So, colossal mistake. I think, all right, we can rectify this. Let's get our mimic octopus level 2. It's big stats all across the board. Let's get a pepper. The team is still super strong. I just have no idea what to do now. And the ultimate panic, I get it in my head. I just need to hardcore roll for pillbug and ammonites, and I can manually turn everything into a mimic octopus. And I figure, alright, we'll bring in the Dumbo octopus because we're gonna roll a lot. Maybe we get a Conpito or a Water of Youth and we can do some things with it. Water of Youth the clownfish into a mantis maybe, then we get our feints back. And at the end we roll into the real velociraptors, and you know the combo, real velociraptor, mimic octopus with pepper. I think it's one of the strongest combos in the game. You pair it with something like a frog that you saw earlier. It's pretty much unbeatable as long as it does not get countered, as long as it can take off during battle. So just preparing for the level ups, putting peppers, equipment on stuff. And this feels okay. I mean, I know I'm not going to get the full mimic octopus team, but this feels okay. And it's the team's super strong. So if we get level 2 real velociraptor, this team will be so much stronger. It'll absolutely take off. And yeah, we find ammonite. So I'm looking for a pillbug. I decide, okay, we'll just throw a hot dog. We got time to find a pillbug. No reason to just waste all of our gold rolling. Good hurt, pass stats back, level 2 shoebill scaling, but we are so strong it doesn't even matter. That pivot is just carrying so hard. Level 2 real velociraptor, that's really all we needed to set the team up for success. We only need 2 wins, so it's looking very good. It's just great stats, leveling the clownfish. And yeah, no pill bug, but we got a good injection of stats and utility with the real velociraptor level up. So you'll see it right here. 50-50. It's a super strong team. And it's not even an issue. Like, not even an issue. So yeah, pretty confident we're going to get 10 wins. Want to have some fun with it though, even though we totally made a colossal error that really set the run back. And we find the pill bug. Sell the pill bug. Ammonite comes in. And the mistake I made the first time is we had the mantis here. We fainted the Ammonite. It turned him into a mimic octopus. And yeah, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, not gonna fool me again. We make the same exact mistake. I wanted to turn the jellyfish into the mimic octopus. So a reminder, if you're grinding something out, take a step back. Go outside, take a walk, you know. Go play some basketball, go ride your bike, go do something. Oh man. This was like my second game of the day too. It's a fresh day. So this was really funny. I was making all these mistakes, but kind of had a little grind at work in the field, breaking a sweat. It's getting hot, so I'll attribute it to that. And I was rolling for pill bugs. I wanted to really get the pill bug going. I said, I don't care if I lose this round. We're just gonna send it. So full send. They have 50 health in the back. Let's see if we can break through. And unfortunately, it's barely not enough. I think the snipes may be using our velociraptor triggers. So yeah, colossal errors, multiple of them. Don't do that when you have the Ammonite and you're building the team. Don't pill and think it's the front pet. It's the front pet. Put the front pet you want the octopus to be in the front. I should have put the mantis in the back, had the Ammonite in 4th position, and then put the jellyfish in front early on. And I probably would have had a 4-of-a-kind mimic octopus. So anyway, if you enjoyed this video, like, comment, subscribe. Really appreciate all the support. Have a fantastic day. We'll catch you in the next one.